Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be going through my makeup collection. I have a few different piles here. I have a declutter slash empty pile, and then I have a kind of purgatory pile. I want to talk about my feelings about these specific makeup products, why I don't reach for them even though they're in my collection, and kind of work through my thoughts to see if they're going to move to the declutter pile or if there's going to be enough to warrant a video of doing like makeup in my purgatory. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Hello to everybody who is new. My name is Haley. Somewhere on the screen will be my socials. And I keep forgetting to say this, but though that little graphic right there was made by my friend Mia of Mia's Virtual Vanity. Thank you so much, Mia. I completely forgot when I started re-uploading that she had made that for me, and then I was like, oh my god, I have this little sticker that Mia made me and I haven't been using it. So there you go, that's from Mia, and I greatly appreciate her friendship and that she did that for me. This channel is kind of a hodgepodge right now, mostly makeup, some personal topics, emotional topics, some fantasy things, and just really anything that does not go on my gaming channel is going to be on this channel. So if that sounds interesting to you, kind of just like maybe a hodgepodge of different things, some nerdy things, some beauty things, just please subscribe. It's a great time. I'm weird, you're probably weird, and we'll just be weird friends. Let's start with things that I'm definitely decluttering and slash empties. This is an empty. It's completely out. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. It was okay. Oh geez, it is very, very clumpy. Like in this bristle, this wand does not break the clumps anymore. So I can hear there's like nothing in there. It's just like what's on the brush is what's left. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It didn't really irritate my eyes when it was getting to its last legs. Normally I would have 2 tubes of mascara open at one time just because I usually like layering my mascaras. Because I'm not loyal to a mascara, if there's one that I get that I don't like, I always have a backup. So I did finish this, and right in time for me to get my little sampler of mascaras I got from Sephora. So this has already been replaced. This I've had for a little while now. This is the Maybelline Lash Stiletto New York. So 2 Maybelline mascaras. This one is well gone. There's nothing even on the brush. I had this when I moved. I didn't even realize it was still in my makeup bin. So this, and it, oh gosh, it smells like paint thinner so bad. At the end of this tube's life, it started to irritate my eyes to the point where I had to just take off my eye look about 2 hours in. So that was not fun. I got this off of the recommendation of Jackie Ina. It's a good lengthening mascara, but I like something that's going to really accentuate, give me some fullness. I have really long eyelashes, but I don't have really thick eyelashes. So that's really what I'm looking for, is something that's going to volumize and curl them up. Now we're moving into 100% declutters. These are not in purgatory. These are just things that I don't use, I don't like, or that I have just stopped using altogether. Starting with these tiny little Milk Makeup blush sticks. I have Work. This is Work, and hopefully you can see just like the colors kind of fading and warping. Let's see how much I have left. I have a substantial amount. I did not like this formula at all. I found that it wasn't pigmented enough for my preferences, and once I got my Aoa cream blushes, and those were so substantially cheaper than this little mini and way a lot more pigment, a lot more saturation than these were. This one was my favorite, but I still felt like it was not pigmented enough. And this is Quirk. This one's darker. I don't even remember when I wore these last. I couldn't tell you. Oh, I do have another empty. This is this Milk Makeup Bronzer. I have like a dip in it. I can't get it any further. It's gone. And it's been replaced, and I absolutely, the cream bronzer I got was a great choice. It was stunning. A review of the products I got in my Sephora haul will be coming to you when I get around to it. It's just not a video I wanted to film today. Yeah, this I wore the shit out of, and it's gone now. Like I was just like rubbing my finger on it and rubbing my finger on it and rubbing my finger on it. I don't have a dirty mind. And I just can't get enough pigment on my cheeks anymore, so I just decided to call it quits. But overall, Milk was a brand that really enticed me, and I consume a crazy amount of beauty content, and when Milk was hot, it was hot. It was the hot brand, and that was my first big makeup purchase, and I don't have anything left. I don't have anything left, and I think I purchased that in March of 2020. Yeah, I purchased that in March of 2020, maybe February of 2020, and I don't have anything left. I did not like those, and there's nothing Milk left in my collection. If you guys have watched the video already, I have my lip collection swatch and ranking up for you guys, and I said in that video that I was going to be decluttering some lip products, and I was hesitant to leave that in because honestly I wasn't going to do a declutter until I moved, and that is not, it's like a year away. But I just would like to feel better about what I'm looking at and know that I am using everything. I'm not using these products. These were the last 4 in my ranking. I have the Rimmel, the only lipstick in 90s Baby. Great shade, too shiny. This is the liquid catsuit from Wet n Wild in Give Me Mocha. Yep. And this is the Pink Crystal Potion, Plump Potion from Physicians Formula. And this last one is my oldest. I broke an eyeshadow, and now there's eyeshadow everywhere. This is one of the oldest ones that I have. This is the Candy Floss from Mellow. I just don't wear that. So all 4 of those are going to be going. I don't wear them. I don't like the formulas. I'm on a lip journey, and those guys are getting off at this stop, okay? I don't want them anymore. There's a train coming. I didn't know I lived near... I don't even know where train tracks are. Next is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I am almost positive that this was breaking me out, and I like the scent, but I don't think my skin likes the scent. So I just went ahead and I got another glowy bronzer, because when I want a matte bronzer, I want it to still be glowy, or when I want a powder bronzer, I still want it to be glowy. That first sentence didn't make any sense. I've already replaced this. It's a nice bronzer. I do prefer the one that I got more. Next on the declutter train are all these pencils. First is this e.l.f. pencil. It's a brow pencil in medium brown, and this is way too cool toned for me, and it's also a very stiff formula, and I'm just not a stiff formula person. I have used the spoolie to death, and it's just time to let it go because I don't like it. I have brow products that I use religiously now. I have 3 of the LA Girl Glide gel liners. I have the shade Mermaid Blue, Paradise Purple, and Limelight. They are metallic, and I want to be an eyeliner person. I think in practice, I would be more of a wet liner person. I've tried to do graphic liner with these. I've tried to experiment with different makeup looks. I just don't like how creamy these are when I'm doing a specific look and I want something thin. They're just not what I'm looking for. It's a hard way to I have trouble describing why I don't use these and why I want to get rid of these, but really it's just my preferences are not these in eyeliners. They're just too glidey and they're hard to control the line for the looks that I usually pull them out for, and it's just something that I never use. So they're gone. They're going. You can't make me keep them. Next, I have the NYX Suede matte lip liner, and I don't think this is matte. I just don't. The color is not anything I really have a color for, and this lip liner color does not look good on me at all. Not even close. There's just something about how cool it is. I have olive skin, and usually what I find best for eyeshadow, for blush, for lip colors is to stay not neutral. Neutral works, but on like 25 degrees towards warm, 25 degrees towards cool. Does that make sense? Like in this kind of Goldilocks zone where it is a mixture, or not too far warm and not too far cool. And this is just too cool for me to wear. And same thing with this. This blue is a LA Girl Perfect Precision eyeliner in Cobalt. I absolutely love the color. I was like, I'm gonna be a blue eyeliner girl, and that's just gonna be my signature look. And it didn't work out that way because this eyeliner is not opaque, and it is not. Oh god, it's so hard. I'll see if you can see how hard it is. Yeah, it is very not the color that I thought it was gonna be. Like, I thought it was gonna be like this really rich, deep blue, and it's just like a regular primary blue. It just looks like primary blue. That is not Cobalt, and it to this day just makes me so angry that it's just not the same color. So I'm getting rid of that. Now, this is the I'm sorry, that was very loud. This is the last declutter item until we move into the purgatory items. And the last item that I'm decluttering is an eyeshadow palette that made makeup Twitter rage so hard. So hard. Yes, we can all boo them collectively, okay? The palette, horrible. I hate it so much. I've actually used it. Number one, pastels don't look good on me. That's not the issue. These pastels, their whole point of this launch was to have inclusive pastels, and these are not inclusive. So in theory, right? In theory, this bottom row is supposed to be pastels for a deeper skin tone. So I should be able to use these shades to deepen up whatever I make. So these are probably the pastels I would use if I wanted a pastel look, which I never do. And I could use these to deepen up. It's a gorgeous palette in theory if the formula was correct. It's not. It's so atrocious. And these shimmers are all so different. This one, Pink Lemonade, is like putty in the pan, and the same is with the foil. And they're just really glittery without any really color impact. And they're just not what I'm looking for. They look like they're gonna be really reflective. And then when you put them on the eye, something just happens to where they're just like bland. So yeah, this palette and the brand owner got roasted all over Twitter. I am not going to add any more hate to that. I don't even know where the brand owner went. Last I saw, she was doing crystals, which, I mean, okay, bro, but so many people had issues with this palette. Get in! I got it. I'm letting go of this palette. I never reach for it. Ever, and I hate looking at it in my collection. So I just want to let it go and let it be. Let it be free, away from me. Okay, we have very few items in actual purgatory. I have this. It's the Arches and Halos Professional Brow Luxury Brow Building Pomade. And so I thought it was dried out, but it's not. This is just a little too taupey for me. A little too cool toned, like the e.l.f. pencil I decluttered, but I feel like I can control the opacity of this a little bit more. It's a little creamier of a formula, and I don't have a brow pomade, so I would like to keep, you know, one of every kind of brow product. Why do I need to do that? I don't know, but I feel like that is something that I need. I don't need it, but I'll probably end up decluttering it, but I wanted to give it another shot, especially since I've gotten rid of half my eyebrows. Second is the first, I think, AOA products that I have considered decluttering. They're the Aoa Blushes. With the Aoa cream blushes came a stack of powder blushes, and I did already declutter some of these when I moved, and I kept these shades in particular because they were just very bright, very vibrant. The formula is very dry and is losing pigment, so I want to see how, at least on my finger and swatching it, so I want to see how it still applies to the face. This one is a brighter pink, and this one is still a bright pink, but just lighter. So those were the only two that survived coming up north. And then I have this bronzing product that a lot of the writing has gone off because it's old. So let's see if I can find contour stick. I think this is LA Girl, and I think, if I'm not crazy, I have to go back and watch, but I think Amanda Z likes this, and she uses a sponge with it and doesn't apply it directly to the face. So I am gonna try that. It's pretty dry now, but some still comes off on my hand. I want to compare it in tone to the bronzer that I have. Okay, so this is the Wet n Wild. Oh no, LA Girl. I always do that. This is the LA Girl right here, and then this is the new Say bronzer that I have. And if I blend the LA Girl out, it's deeper. I don't know, the undertones look similar, but the LA Girl definitely looks a little more brown, a little more red leaning, where the Say is a lot more pink and neutral, which goes with my skin beautifully. I would have never thought. I would have thought I always needed a more warm tone bronzer. I always thought those looked best on me, but really the Say one takes the cake. So I am going to put that in purgatory and see how I like it. I know when I really love a bronzer, And so I will know kind of right away if that is something that I would like to keep or not. And then the very last, it's a category, it's not one product. I need to go through my singles. This is just one 9-pan that I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. I have 19 single shadows, and I hardly ever reach for these. I know that there are some that I will definitely keep, but there are a lot that I just don't reach for. And it's really hard to let go of singles. So some of them came in a 9-pan from Aoa, and those mattes are okay. I think I'm going to definitely keep some of those, but the shimmers from Aoa are very, very lackluster. They're very satiny, very kind of beginner makeup, not reflective, not nuanced in color, not special. So I can easily get rid of a lot of those. That was the color Wonderland from Aoa. And then this is Intuition. Yeah, see, it's just, it doesn't have a whole lot of shine. It probably looks better on camera than it does in real life. It's very minute. I'm definitely going to be getting rid of this matte. It's like a matte black called Stranger. And it's just, I have other matte blacks, and I don't reach for matte black a whole lot, but I do have 2 in my collection that I reach for over this. I completely forgot I even owned this shade. Let's see, what else can I get rid of? See, I want to compare some of these colorful mattes, or just like really any mattes, to mattes that I reach for regularly. I'm just pulling out the shades that I know that I really do like, and I want to compare some to similar shades in my collection. So right now I have a declutter pile of 3, and those are the 3 that I swatched for you. And I do have a palette of singles that I know for a fact that I will probably keep. And so I'm just going to start and kind of search through my collection really quickly, and kind of come back and tell you what I have found. All right, I am back. I have all of the singles that I am decluttering swatched against what I found in my collection that I would probably reach for over it if I'm looking for a shade like that. So we're just gonna run through it really quickly, and then I'm gonna talk about the shades that I'm actually going to keep, because it's only 8 shades. So we will talk about the ones that only have 1 shade first, because I was able to dupe a number of them with 1 palette. So starting at the, I don't know if you'll be able to see, starting at the bottom over here, I have the Aoa Majestic shade. Wait, no, is this Majestic or no? This is Colored Rain. This is Colored Rain, and I duped it with another Colored Rain shadow from the the Safari palette, and Jungle. It's a lot greener, and you can probably see the difference, but if I'm going for a blue-green, I'm going for this one over that one. And you can see the difference on my arm, but it invokes the same vibe to me. So because I wouldn't use this on its own, I would definitely use it to either deepen, or I would deepen it with something like a black and make it this color. So let's see if I can twist you around. So this side is the single side, and this side is the palette side. So you can see at the bottom, the one blue up is the Colored Rain Drip Drop, and I duped that with Hussein, this middle blue shade, in my new Certify palette. If you guys haven't seen my eyeshadow haul. This is a pretty new palette to me, and that is a pretty spot-on dupe. So again, this is the palette side and this is the single side. So that's a pretty spot-on dupe. This Aoa shade Enigma, and it is a plummy gray taupey kind of thing. And I duped that with my Nomad Tokyo palette Visual Kai, this gray right here. And it is a lot more gray than Enigma is, but if I want a gray, if I want a cool tone, I'm reaching for something that is going to be true to color, and that's just too muddy of a color for me to ever use. I have used it, and I didn't like when I used it to deepen up because it really just muddied the other colors because it wasn't true enough to warm or cool tone. So you can see, again, this is the palette side, this is the single side. This is Enigma. It's a lot lighter than the Tokyo shade, but it is one that I use pretty regularly as I'm getting into more kind of gray looks. I have been doing that a lot recently, and I have really been enjoying it. This Aoa shade Sultry, and it's just a regular creamy skin tone tan blending shade, and you can probably barely see it. There it is. And then that's the dupe I found, and that's in my LA Girl Pro Artistry, and this shade I have is Savvy. The shades are on the back, so let's see if I can not blind you. That shade right there is the shade that I duped it with. So those are another good dupe. The one in the LA Girl palette is just a little more on the pinky nude side, and this one is on the brown nude side. But other than that, they look identical. When you blend them out, they'll look identical. And then last, I was able to dupe 4 shades with my Alter Ego palette that dupes the sunrise, the sunset. This is the Aurora palette. So I was able to dupe 4 singles with this palette. So starting from the bottom, I have Ladyship from Colored Rain, and I duped it with Nova. Nova is a little pinker than Ladyship is, and honestly, Ladyship is in between Nova and Twilight, so I could easily still dupe it just by mixing those 2 shades together, which I often do. And so that's them together. That is Nova, and that is Ladyship. Then next I have Spicy from Aoa, which is just a regular mid-tone orange, which I duped with Flare. And I went out of order, so this is a top swatch now. So that's Flare, and that is Spicy. Good dupe as well. And then I'll just start from the top again. This is Colored Rain Happy Days, and it is a pink to goldy shift. I liked this shade when I initially got it, but then I started wearing it recently, and something about the reflect was just not flattering my eyes and my skin tone. It was just looking really off, and I couldn't figure out why, so I stopped wearing it. Anyway, I duped it with Radiance, which is this softer pink to gold. It's not quite as shifty, but it's still giving me the same effect that Happy Days would have. And then lastly, I have Buzz from Aoa, and I duped that with Spark. So those are all going. There's nothing in my collection that I don't have, and I feel like out of the singles that I've kept the ones that bring me the most joy. I will quickly swatch them so you know what I have. I do use these from time to time, and these are shades that I feel are either unique enough to keep in my selection, or I am just not ready to let go of yet. So the only matte that I am keeping is a Aoa matte, and it is perfect. It is a pinky, beigey, cool toned nude, and that is what that looks like. It is very soft, but it is a really good blending shade for me. I really do like shades like that where they lean more pinky brown than yellow brown, and so I would like to keep that one. Next I have Colored Rain Who Me, and this is just a traditional metallic bronzy gold. That's what that looks like. I like the shine on this, and I wear it enough. Next one is a Aoa shade called Fizz. It is a light gold champagne, and I like this when I am doing a really simple glam look that I don't want too much sparkle, but I do want some. And I am actually going to declutter this because it has hit hard pan. It used to be closer in reflection to that, but I did not notice that it had hard panned. How convenient. Next, I have, we'll go in order of, next I have Colored Rain Downtown. This is a orangey copper metallic. It is very glittery, very orange. I don't have many coppers in my collection. I have a lot of golds. I have a significant amount of bronzes, but I don't have a lot of coppers. I think I have the most golds. And then I have this Colored Rain Flashy, which is a very discreet duochrome. It is a like yellow to pinky, orangish kind of, very soft kind of formula. It's the same formula as the pink one I just got rid of that I just forgot the name, Happy Days. Happy Days. It's very similar in formula to Happy Days. So it is a very sheer yellow to kind of pink reflection. I do like it a lot. I like it enough to keep it right now. So, and then the last three, why are there so many trains? This is Sea Breeze, same kind of formula as the one before, but this is a silver, light powdery blue. It's a lot less metallic and just and so there's that. You can barely see it. Let's see if I can get it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Right there. It's just a lot. It's a really understated kind of sparkle, and it's very soft. So I really do like light blues on my eyes. I think that it is very complementary to my skin tone and everything. And I'm just not ready to part with that shade yet. And I just have two more. I have Flashing Lights, which is a silver. I only have two silvers in my collection, and this one's from Colored Rain. So that's silver. I don't do silver often, but I think I do silver enough to where it warrants me having more than one shade, and they are kind of different. This one's a lot more metallic than the other one. And then this one is the last shade. This is Paradise Isle by Colored Rain, and it is just a deep black based grungy green with blue sparkles. And that, and then that is it. So these are the shades that I'm keeping. I might part with them in the future, but right now I'm just not ready to. But all the rest of the singles I'm definitely going to be seeing if they're, I'm definitely going to be getting rid of. But that is really all of it. I was just sitting here looking at my makeup collection and being like, I want to get rid of some stuff and I want you to know what I'm getting rid of. So that's what this was. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any recommendations about any products that you think I would like better than some of the ones that I told you I was getting rid of or in purgatory, let me know in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.